How's it going, everyone? Gonna look at these top gainers and volume gainers, volume leaders. Here's Via on the top of the list right now. Viacoin. It's only 390 volume. Broke out at 50%. Looks like it's a creeper, slow mover. Finally broke previous highs. I think we mentioned it, didn't we? I hope so. So nice gain. Let's see where we're at on the intraday. Looks like we made a nice extension bar into resistance. So now we got a top, higher low, a lower high, excuse me. It's one of those days again. So we got a breakout into a point, came back into support, rode support up and popped, came back in. Now we got a lower high. We got higher lows coming in. Trade outside that pattern. 60-minute chart right there. Via. Looks like it wants to take another leg up. Even the hourly doesn't have a breakout on volume yet. But watch previous highs 1245, 1242. We do have a reversal bar here. Not sure what to think of it yet, but all you have to know is the top and the bottom are great support and resistance lines. So if this breaks below, watch out below. If it breaks the top, watch out and take a ride. Take another leg up. So in other words, take out that reversal bar. If it breaks out on top, then it's an inverted hammer over support. If it breaks down onto the bottom, or on through the bottom, it's a falling star. Same reversal bar, just is it on the bottom pattern or is it on the top pattern? Or is it a continuation in this case? Pretty nice. Let's look at the next one. I'm going to go jump down to Vox since we're right here. Looks like on the hourly chart it came down into support already. Looks like we got a breakout above the previous downward trend line here. Broke out coming into support. Let's see where that support's going to hold. Buy into support. I got 1527. See if it'll come down and grab you. Let's look at the long term. It came, previous highs did not hold. Get above previous highs here and use that as your support. Obviously it did not hold. It looks like it's coming to a bottom on the hourly. So once you get above 17.3, you got support on the upside. Hope that makes sense. So on the hourly, I got previous highs down here for support. Right now we're putting in a higher low. We got 12 minutes left on the candle. We need to get above that EMA 8, which is my T3, but they are EMAs, just extra smoothed. And then I got an inverted hammer here. So the top of that hammer is resistance. Take out 2. We'll just call it 2 to make it even. And then all you have to do is take out that extension bar. All right, let's jump to pot. Where'd you? All right, 60-minute chart. Looks like it's rolling over. Watch out below. It's up 45%. Let's see where we end up by the end of time. By the time we end this overview. Looks like 3 is the rejection point. Look for those even numbers to be sensitive emotional spots on the chart. So far it got rejected by 3. It needs to hold previous highs or it's going to run into the next range. 20 looks like 25 is support, 22 is support. Needs to keep on kicking. Looks like it's rolling over on that hourly. We got lower high, higher lows. That's kind of churning over. I think it's going to roll over here in a sec. We have a pattern. Use those opposing points. You got 2 points here running up. All right, and that 13, you can just use that, and we got lower highs. So these lines here, the 34, the 13, the 8, they're all my support resistance lines. This is the short term. This is the trend longer term on each time frame. So we're looking for a bottom, and it looks like it's going to roll over into another leg down. Support is not going to hold. Plus the 8's crossing over the longer term 13. It's not crossing yet, but it's getting close. Getting close. All right, let's look at Note. Looks like Note's getting a little kick right here. Where are you, Note? There you are. What is going on now? Come on, Note, let's do it. There we go, inverted hammer on the weekly. Bam. Got a one bottom, inverted hammer, inverted hammer, inverted hammer. Took out the inverted hammer on the way up. Bam. So far at resistance on the weekly. Let's narrow this thing down. You can see it's on its highs. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Let's see. Let's get down to the nitty gritty and see if we can get a breakout on this thing. Look at that. Let's see. I got a flat top break coming in on Note. Out of nowhere. Let's see what's going on. I'll be right back. Alright, so I just picked up a little tiny bit, but not much to hurt anybody. Let's go to GNT. Where are you? Missing you here. Alright, so it looks like a GNT is going to try for another run. Get it above the previous highs, right? Get above previous highs. You get a nice cushion at 0.65, but get above 6.7. You'll have support on the long term, or on the move on up. Watch out for the head fakes. Looks like it's creeping. Follow that 8 all the way up as your support. You'll be fine. Let's look at that long term. See where it's coming from. There, oh yeah, like it's going to be an all-time high. I don't think we can count that long-winded candle here. That was just like I don't even know what that is actually. That was everyone buying in. So I wouldn't pay attention to that. Looks like Nat's going to have a little run here. We'll have to keep a very close eye. Previous breaks, take the candle here, previous breaks, use the previous break here as support on your way up. It's moving. I don't see what kind of volume we have. It looks like the day just started, huh? I can never tell. Poloniex, I think, has a 24-hour schedule, and so does TradingView, but I can't tell when it changes over. Am I retarded? I think I'm retarded. I don't know what's going on. All right, something to look at later. I have no idea. But it is important to find out how much time you have on the next candle. That way you can see what kind of volume is going on today. Yesterday was almost a volume breakout. 2 days ago, 3 days ago, looks like the initial push had the biggest volume, and then you have a diminishing volume. Let's see if we can get some kind of blow off. I'm not sure though, because weekly's going to break the all-time highs. I'm not counting this long, ugly thing. See where it goes. We got GNT there. Let's VTC. VTC on the weekly hit the resistance and backed off. Let's see if we can find that support on the intraday. We hit a high, came into a low, got an opposing point. And we also have an opposing point coming up. So it looks like it's breaking outside the initial pattern. 3, 4, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 lines of resistance. Looks like it got rejected here, but opened up. Watch for previous high breaks. VTC. VTC is up 27% on Poloniex. Watch for a volume breakout on the hourly chart. All right, let's keep on going. I wish I can keep a... I gotta figure out how to stream so I can do this live. What do you guys think about that? I don't know how to do it. I'll have to figure it out. This needs to be live. I mean, 40 minutes from now, this breaks out. You're gonna be like, that asshole. Let's hurry up. Clam. Clam's coming up a 2-bar pattern off the hourly. It has a previous high break into previous lows. So let's get into previous lows, above previous highs for a nice flat top break. Here's 2 highs right here that are important because that was the head fake there. That was the breakout, that was the head fake, and that was the run. I got a 2-bar pattern off the support. My 34. This hourly chart. What is that line? Anything above 10 for support, and then 10, 10.8, I guess, is the break. Let's look at this on the long term once again. Came all the way back into support, so it's going to follow all the way back up that wick. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I gotta go live on that. So we came all the way back into support. Let's do it. All the way back into support. Now on the 60-minute, it's running. It's gotta be an easier way to do this. Neos. This is Neos coin, I guess. Nice breakout. Previous high breaks. Boom. Coming into support now. Let's see where that support is. Change to my hourly. I should be looking at different time frames, but I like trading the hourly on this Bitcoin because in all fairness, I only want to be holding for a few hours. You see the few hours up and the few hours down. You can hold it You can see that very clearly on an hourly chart. If I was on a 5-minute chart, come on. I could probably pick a purchase price a lot better, narrow in my scope. But for the moves, for the amount of time that I want to hold it, I want to make sure that there's a nice setup on the hourly. So we broke out on the hourly, came all the way back into support, and looks like on the hourly it could come back in a little bit more. Its hourly chart last candle is closing near its lows. So it came through the 13 back into resistance, and now it's coming back in. So I'm thinking that NEOS Bitcoin could come down just a little bit more off of that huge spike earlier. So in other words, I don't think it's ready yet. So watch NEOS coming into support. I got the previous breaks at 4.1, 4.2. So I'll keep an eye on that. Okay. What else we got? EXP. EXP. I got a double top on EXP. It's got to be taken out. The hour just opened though, so take out that double top. It's got to keep going somewhere. Let's see what happened on the daily. Looks like a double top on the daily. Watch out. It's got to close above the double top on your time frame to confirm. Nice breakout above the 34. Look for a pullback into support. That double break here at 4.4 is now support, where that 34 break is. Break, and then it comes back into. Looks like it's going to have a nice run. I wonder if I even own this. Too late now. I'm not chasing it. EXP. BTS. BTS coming off of a bottom on the weekly. Let's see how we're doing. See if it's turning around or not. Looks like it came into support already by the dips. There's a nice hammer right there. Let's get above previous highs and that resistance, the short-term resistance above previous highs, and start climbing. Look for first a opposing point, and then, because now we have a upward trend line, so it's not going to go into support and then break out. That's not likely. It's not probable. The probability is it's going to find a lower high, come back into support, and then break out of a price pattern. Wait for those price, after the first move, wait for those price patterns to come into a pinch, and then let it decide where it's going to go. But we do have a trend line. Make sure you stay above the trend line, otherwise it will fall over. All right. NAV. Actually, let's do a percent loser. See if we can catch a bouncer. BCN, wasn't that a mover earlier? Oh, look at that. Look at that coming off of a bottom. Look at that J curve coming on the 8, gonna cross that 13. I got an AB bottom, I call it. Encyclopedia Chart Patterns, you can look that up. I got an A, B bottom. I got a left shoulder or right shoulder coming in. I got a left shoulder, head, right shoulder, reverse head, and shoulders bottom coming in on the 60-minute BCN. And I'm going to make a pause to make sure I know where I'm at on my position. All right, BCN. Fix my account on that one. Let's see what happens. Look for that right shoulder to come into support. Hold that neckline. I got the left shoulder, the reverse, and that reverse head and shoulder's got a nice inverted hammer on it. The start of a bottom. Inverted hammers aren't as good as regular hammers, but still come at the bottoms of charts. Let's look at that weekly. That was the one, huh? Just a couple days ago. Came all the way back into support where the previous breaks were. Look at that spike in volume. Wow. That's a low one too. I wasn't even paying attention to the price. That's awesome. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 zeros, 1, 4. Let's narrow that down. Come on, 5-minute chart on BCN. Now you can see the flat top break, right? Stay. You got the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder. Let that right shoulder come in, bounce across there. See what happens. Looks like it came off a huge spike. Also watch for volume breakouts always. These are very sensitive to volume, obviously. I mean, huge. Hugely sensitive to volume. Always watch volume. You could probably even scan volume breakouts by just following the volume pickers. I mean, these things are really sensitive to volume. Huge. I think that's a plan for everybody right there. Just watch volume. On my volume here, this is TradingView. You can put a little EMA, exponential moving average, over the top of it, and what it is I'm choosing a 2-week, basically 13-day EMA. That's it, and that's volume breaks for a 2-week range, and that is it. So Ethereum, of course, is on the top of the list for volume by far, actually, by a lot. All right, let's get off the 5-minute. We can't make any good decisions unless we're buying. We need to know exactly when to buy. All right, Ethereum looks like it's coming off of a top, right? I got for the weekly pattern, I got a hanging man forming. I got a high here, low here, balance point. I got a high here, balance point. I got an ultimate high here. It looks like I have a megaphone pattern at the top forming. I'm expecting this to come down, I think, some more. And once things blow up like that, I mean, they come down. And unfortunately, this one's taken forever to come down, not like the other ones. Everything else that broke out last week, or this beginning of the week, was it? I think it was the beginning of the week. On the hourly, I do have a left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder forming, but a lower high on that right shoulder. Patterns do fail. Just because I see a pattern doesn't mean it's going to work out for the best. The reverse head and shoulders are at bottom patterns, and they are reversals from a downward trend. Left head, right shoulder, it needs to break out and stay above support. If it breaks down, patterns do fail, and when they fail violently. So watch that right shoulder. I do have higher lows, but the right shoulder hasn't picked up the pace yet and has already tested support once. So watch out. I do have a descending triangle, actually symmetrical, I guess. But as we saw on the longer term chart, we're still at a high. We're still way high. Look how far it is from its moving averages. These moving averages, price always comes down to meet them sometime. And it's way extended by 3 cents at least. which is over 50% of the whole chart. So I suspect it's going to come down. So watch out below on that one. Let's look at some Dash. We're going to find some bottoms on these. Here, Dash is coming in. Let's see if we can find a bottom. We narrow in on our 60-minute chart. It looks like still bearish just by looking at the price over the 34. Because here, we broke down across the 8 and 13, bearish retraced, we had a little pop and rejected. So watch out below. It's still going to come down, it looks like. Watch out below. That was the bearish retracement. Got rejected on the upside one last time. You never know. It's ascending. But we have an upward trend line. Just that last couple moves across the 8. If it gets above 8 and breaks the top of the trend, price is in a pinch, as you can tell. If it gets in a pinch and pops up, you got resistance at the next lows. All right. Dash, is it at a bottom or is that a bearish flag? That whole pattern. Let's see if we can find the bearish flag. Looks like on the 4-hour it's working pretty good. We're at the price pinch right now on the 4-hour. It's going to have to make a move here very shortly. So hopefully I'll have this up. XMR. Had a flat top break. Watch it come into support. Buy into support. That's a 4-hour chart anyways. Guess it doesn't matter. Looks like it hit previous highs and bounced pretty hard. Nice. XMR's got some power right there. See what happens. Came all the way back down into previous highs. Right? Previous highs here. Just tapped it and then bounced all the way back up. Pretty nice. Let's see if we can find if it's got any juice left or it's going to come back into support. I got a hanging man here, reversal on the 60 minutes, so watch out. It needs to take that out on the upside. 60-minute chart broke in. Then we had a flat top break. It broke above. Came back into, broke. It might be gearing up. Take out that reversal bar. Remember, the reversal bars have resistance and support on either end. So take it out, either below or above. Wherever you go, you use it as your resistance on the way down, support if it pops above. XMR, looks like it's coming off of a bottom. Nice bounce on that weekly. Very nice bounce. See what happens. XMR, XRP. Again, came into resistance, trying to find a bottom. Let's see if we can find it. Had a previous high break here. Spike high. I got tri-tips, 3 wicks up. Looks like a top. Unless this candle can turn green. At least close above these bodies with no wick. That wick is signaling 3 tops, 3 exhaustion lower highs. So watch out for that. I don't think we found a bottom yet. XRP, GNT, we already looked at those. ETC. ETC. So ETC is in the channel. It broke outside the channel, double bottom. Now we're back into the channel. So, and then we bounced one more time inside the channel. It looks bullish. Let's see if it'll reach at the other side of the channel, and then we can talk. It's back and forth until it breaks outside that channel. It looks bullish. Let's see if it can reach the other side of the channel, and then we'll talk. 2-3 is your resistance. ETC's got volume. Nice W bottom. Did it come all the way back into support? Looks like it did. A little tappy on the previous high. And it didn't have to come all the way back in like some of them have. Came into support too. It looks like it came into support. Support has to hold. Support doesn't hold. It might come back in a little bit further. And of course that hourly once again. Get outside that channel. So ETC, FCT. Oh, look at the flat top break. And the higher lows. If you can name that chart pattern, I'll give you nothing, because it's very common off the bump and run. The bump and then the run. It's a high-level consolidation pattern. It is called a pennant. That's on the hourly chart. Look for previous high breaks. Take a ride. Looks like it's consolidating very nicely inside that pattern. Boom, boom. Let's go, let's go. I got ZEC. That was a runner, wasn't it? Oh, ZEC on the hourly. Looks like it's breaking down. Hang on, guys. I'm going to check my... So let's look at the long term. Looks like it was falling over on the hourly, so I had to... I didn't sell off. I phased out a little bit. We had a good run earlier. And it looks like a stair step into support. Where support is previous highs. It's got to hold previous highs or it'll jump into the next range, or the bottom of the range, to 4-5. So to me, it's just not ready yet. It could turn around. I could be just an idiot. But it is churning over. And I'd hate to see it take a leg into 5-5 or so of the previous highs on the hourly chart. But that could turn around. That could be the head fake. You never know, you know. But my probability is it crossed over the 34, which is my median line. Crossed over, bullish, retraced back into resistance, and then got rejected. So the bullish retracement's in. Is this going to continue, or is it going to turn around on a dime? We'll have to see. LBC. LBC. Coming into support. I got previous lows over here. I got plenty of support over here. I got rejected. As this trend line was going up, price was supposed to price pinch. Here's your resistance coming down. I had this nice line coming up. Price got rejected. Then it hit previous low, made a double bottom, kind of bullish, and then rejected again. So now the stair step into, let's see. It's got to break above previous highs or previous lows into previous lows to jump into the next range. And then on the lower term 5-minute chart, we need to get above the 34. Start building on that positive trend. If it's below the 34, there's no positivity about that, especially on a 5-minute chart. It's still above on the hourly, so we're watching the 5-minute churn. So it's staying above the 34 on the hourly. Watch for volume. Always watch for volume. ETC, FC claim. We already looked at it. XBC. What was the one that ran? Was it XBC? I can't remember all of them. XBC. There we go. I got a churn in XBC. Yeah, that was the one that took off. All right, I definitely have to see. All right, can you see the W, and it's on its highs. It's coming across at 34. You got a 2-bar pattern here, cross, that inverted hammer on the bottom. XBC looks like it's a run. Hang on. Oh my god. Let's see. Hang on one. All right, so XBC off the bottom. That's a 60-minute bottom. That's a 2-bar pattern, inverted hammer, again, hammer, inverted hammer, previous high break over the 34. It's going to break into previous lows. First, got resistance all the way up, but it looks like it's picking. Look at the volume. It's still low. You haven't missed anything. I'm just going to cut it short there, so I need to figure out how to do this live. That's only fair because these things are moving. And it's going to take me a half an hour to get this thing loaded. That's not fair. Let me know what's going out there. Let me know if I can cover any of them that you own that you're worried about or thinking about. I'll see ya.